Same laundromat, same picture show, same strip malls and donut stores. It's a real big country full of little towns. New York's one big neighborhood. Los Angeles, some say it ain't too good, but it's a real big country full of little towns. So come across the water, let's have some fun. Come over here among the lucky ones. Come across the water, let's have some fun. We'll go down on Main Street and buy a gun. Well, it's a real big country full of little towns. Got a little kid smoking rock, got cleaning ladies playing penny stocks. It's a real big country full of little towns. Now the great Midwest, far as the eye can see, got 50 million living in the last century. It's a real big country full of little towns. So come across the water, let's have some fun. Come over here among the lucky ones. Come across the water, let's have some fun. We'll go down on Main Street, buy a gun. Yeah, it's a real big country full of little towns. Same old house with a peeling paint, same complaints about the government. It's a real big country full of little towns. Or for a better tomorrow than yesterday, best thing to do is get down and pray. It's a real big country full of little towns. So come across the water, let's have some fun. Come over here among the lucky ones. Come across the water, let's have some fun. We'll go down on Main Street, walk out in the sun. Yeah, it's a real big country full of little towns. Well, it's a real big country full of little towns. It's a real big country full of little towns. Hey, hey, oh.
All right.
There you have it. Thank you.
That's a good
I appreciate
Alan
that.
Rhody, folks.
I'd like to hear some, you know, some rock guy do that song, rock band or somebody. I don't know who.
That would be a good rock. It
What?
would. Yeah, it would be a good rock song. Yeah.
I guess you call it folk rock. I don't know what you call it. I'm going to do a song called Bad Times right now. You know, I've never recorded this song on any of my albums. I think Murray also wrote this with Murray McLaughlin. He's recorded it. Murray Murray's a Canadian kind of folk rock star, actually, in country as well. He's won all the awards you can win up there, and been presented with the Order of Canada, Royal Order of Canada too, which is the highest civilian award anyone can get up there. He's a great songwriter and performer, and been at it longer than I have, actually. Anyway, this is Bad Times, and I'll send this out to everybody that's truly struggling these days, songwriters and musicians included. So many venues shut down and all that stuff. But hopefully things are going to turn around here ASAP. Goes like that. Bad Times, that's right. Pages turn, days go by. Take every chance, try every door. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Things have changed forevermore. Is there a plan for everything? Perhaps there is, I just don't know. I know there ain't one thing that lasts forever. They've changed, things have changed forevermore. And the sharpest pain, one day ago. Bad times, don't let go of the wheel. Yeah, we've been going through some bad times. Over time, we'll heal. Oh, bad times, keep your hands on the wheel. Yeah, you've been going through some bad times, but only time can heal. Well, there's a lot of blind curves on the road of life. You can take the wheel and just sit and ride. You can only surrender to your fate. Sometimes you gotta draw to an inside street. 'Cause there's what you give, there's what you take. You gotta take a risk, living on wide awake. Yeah, I know there ain't one thing that lasts forever. And sometimes you gotta draw to an inside street. Oh, bad times, don't let go of the wheel. You've been going through some bad times that only time can heal. Yeah, bad times, keep your hands on the wheel. You've been going through some bad times that only time will heal. Yeah, we've been going through some bad times that only time can heal.
Okay.
Appreciate that. A couple of stumbling spots there, but I haven't played that song enough. That's why I wanted to play it, I think.
Sounded great.
Well, I don't know about that, but thank you.
I really like that harmonica too. You play that thing.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah, that's great.
I'll tell you a little funny story here, I guess, while I take this off. That was the only featured harmonica, folks. I think. Find out. When I was in college, some friends of mine had a band, and they played a lot of Beatles and Rolling Stones and Animals and that kind of stuff. But I went to hear them rehearse one night, and they said, "Why don't you get up and sing a song, Alan?" I said, "Well, I'm not really a singer," and I wasn't. I loved music, radio hound, and lots of records. My older brother and I had stacks of 45s and albums. And anyway, I got up and sang that old Sam Cooke song, "Bring It On Home to Me, If You Ever Change Your Mind." Anyway, they said, "Wow, that wasn't bad. Do you play harmonica?" And I said, "No, I don't play anything. I'm a listener. I'm a music appreciator." They said, "Well, if you learn how to play harmonica, we'll let you in the band." So that was the beginning of my musical performing anyway. I learned, I should have known better by the Beatles. The harmonica parts I first learned one was that, and the other one was a Johnny Cash song.
Well, you learn good.
But thanks. Well, you do things long enough, you learn the basics anyway. Well, I'm going to play a song Harry mentioned, and I always thank the Oak Ridge Boys for recording this song way back there in the late 70s, and was their first #1. It was actually my first major cut of any kind. And a thing called "I'll Be True to You." It's still out there, getting streamed and downloaded and, I don't know, sold somewhere and played somewhere, which I'm really thankful for after all these years. It's called "I'll Be True to You." They met upon the blue moon. They parted on a cloudy day. They were so in love and out of school, but he was going so far away. She said, "I'll be true to you, even though you don't want me to, and I'll be blue for you, even though you've asked me not to." Well, the years drifted by them, as we all know they can. He found other women, she was found by other men, but as fate would have it, they met again. She was on a downhill slide, and he was just sliding in. But as he looked into her eyes that night, he never realized the only real love in his life was passing by. When he turned and left her, his only words, goodbye. He heard her calling out to him, and as he walked, cried. I've been true to you. Seems like speaking to me is the least that you could do. And I've been blue, so blue for you. Even though you've asked me not to. She'd been drinking way too hard one night. She'd been drinking for so long, alone and pale in a cheap hotel. She died there in the dawn, kneeling by her side, so late and oh so wrong. You longed to hold her close again, crying on and on. You cried, I'll be true to you. After all that I have put you through, and I'll be blue for you. Though you never even asked me to.
That's one of those songs could be around forever.
Well, I hope so.
Yeah,
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Man. Beautiful. Good stuff.
Let's see, I was going to change it up here. Well, I've had, I don't know, around 100 cuts, I guess, 100 covers of my songs. Not all major artists, but I don't know, at least half of them are major artists. The rest of them are great bluegrass and folk and country independent bands and artists. And I love it when anybody thinks enough of a song to record it. That's the biggest compliment I think we songwriters can get. But I had a song recorded by the great George Jones along the way, and I was due to write with a good friend of mine from out in Norman, Oklahoma, just south of Oklahoma City, named John Hadley. Great songwriter. He's been around a while, and he's done other things too. He was on the bus with the Smothers Brothers once. He was hired just to travel with them and help them come up with comedy stuff. And he's a very clever guy, and was also an art instructor out there at the university. But John and I were getting together to write one day, and I had just found out that George had recorded this song just before I went over to John's, and I picked up a 6-pack of beer on the way to kind of celebrate. And I knocked on John's door, and he answered, and I said, "Guess what? George Jones just recorded one of my songs." And he was, he took a beer and he said, "Oh, well, that's great, Alan. Yeah, I've had a couple by George. Way to go." And he sort of burst my bubble, if you will. But anyway, we sat down and started trying to write a song, come up with something. And I didn't really have any ideas at the time. And neither did John, actually. We probably threw a couple things around, but we never got anything going, and decided just to go to lunch. That's what you do when you can't come up with something good. You go to lunch. And we came back, and we still couldn't get anything going. And John said, "Wait a minute, I've got it. We both had a song recorded by George Jones. Why don't we write a song about having a song recorded by George Jones?" And we thought, that's kind of crazy, but why not? So we called up the Hall of Fame, the archives at the Country Music Hall of Fame, and found out George had made, like, I don't know, a lot of albums, like 100 and something albums. And we figured it took somewhere in the neighborhood of 2,000 songwriters to come up with all those songs, including George, who co-wrote some of his early stuff. So we wrote this little song that I'll send out to George in his memory and his wonderful, wonderful voice today, called One of 2,000. That's not it. That's the song George cut. Sorry, I'm going to do this song. Sorry about that. I'll get myself together here. You're looking at 2,000 writers who wrote a song got cut by George Jones. You can laugh, call me a liar, but I've got that record at home. Now you might think that 2,000 writers isn't much to be talking about. That's one heck of a lot of songwriters. But it's nice being part of the crowd. Well, if I die tomorrow and it don't make the paper, if I go down broke and alone, you'll still find my name under the title of a song that was recorded by George Jones. I've had people come up and ask me, did you ever write a song for somebody really well known? I just smile and ask them this question. Tell me, friend, did you ever hear of George the Possum No-Show freaking Jones? Well, if I die tomorrow and it don't make the paper, if I go down broke and alone, you'll still find my name right there under the title of a song that got cut by George Jones. You're looking at 2,000 writers. There you have it.
Okay, man. I think you got time for one more.
Okie doke.
It's been a treat.
What's that?
It's been a real treat.
Oh, well, thank you. Thanks, Harry. It's great to be here with all you guys, and I bet you'll have a pretty big audience for this thing by now. I would think.
It gets bigger every week.
Well, good. Yeah, man. Let's see here. You know, I'm gonna do. I'll do another one that has been out there some. Lori Morgan had her first hit with this song, got her on the radio and got in the top 20, I think. But they put out a video on this song before the single came out, about a month before the single was released. And that really, really made a difference because people were pretty familiar with it by the time it came out. And it's on the first album, and it ended up on several hits packages and all that stuff. That's what I was going to say about the Oak Ridge Boys, too. Have been very lucky that way. They just keep putting out different hits on different albums. And I always like to thank, Ricky Van Shelton and Tanya Tucker and Hoyt Axton and Michael Martin Murphy and all these artists that have cut my songs over the years. It's It's a blessing. It's a blessing. Anyway, here's this tune that Lori Morgan did it first, and then Tanya Tucker actually did it on an album. Oh, no, she didn't. I'm sorry. Oh, man, I'm telling you, I get on a microphone, my brain gets scrambled. Anyway, thank you all. I'm sorry, I hope I'm not going over time here, but this is called Train Wreck of Emotion. Well, I see it all so clearly now that I'm looking back. Headed down the wrong way on a one-way track. There must be a million chances any old fool could take. This fool took everyone, never hit the brakes. Lying in the rubber, sitting to the smoke and ash. My heart still pounding from the impact of the crash. See tomorrow's headline, heartbroken, blind devotion. Just another victim of the train wreck of emotion. Yeah, we were burning on the furnace. She poured on the coal. Drive wheel turning. I mean, love was on that road. Faster and faster, I swear we left the ground. When that smoky cleared, she was nowhere around. Yeah, I'm lying in the rubble, cinder, smoke and ash. My heart's still pounding from the impact of the crash. See tomorrow's headline, heartbroken, blind devotion. Just another victim of the train wreck of emotion. Yeah, the rumors are flying about how our love had failed. No, it was her that pulled that switch. Let me be real. Yeah, I'm lying in rubble, cinder, smoke and ash. My heart's still burning from the impact of the crash. I can see tomorrow's headline, heartbroken, blind devotion. One more fool in it, train wreck of emotion. Train wreck of emotion.